All right, hello everyone. This is DayTraderRockStar for a special New Year's video watch list. It's more of a review going into the new year and reflecting back on this year and actually my past years. I've been trading for 17 years, and when you come down to these type of years and look back, especially in the Christmas holiday season, the New Year's, it's usually a very nice time to be a trader. I look forward to the new year because, each year I learn a lot more about myself and trading. And since I have the site now, it's really brought me into focus. So I want to just go over some of the things that I've reflected upon and learned over my last 17 years and what I try to bring forward going into the next year. Being in the markets for so long, being able to see the early 90s, the mid 90s, the tech bubble, 2001 trading, and being the ups and downs of trading, and trying to learn to deal with that. Eventually, you try to get past all the fuzz and all the hype of everything in the news and stuff, and you realize certain things just happen in the market. And if you have patience and discipline, those things will show themselves over time. And why not? Why attempt to make something harder than it is? Why reinvent the wheel? We could be trading in an area, just to give you an example here, where it's very, very choppy. And then when we start to visualize a pattern, if you're able to start to see a pattern in the market, why not trade that pattern? And over the years, I've learned to trade these different channels, different patterns, and they work extremely, extremely well. And a lot of the times with a trader, it's just hard to have the patience to let those things play out. So I really want to stress having that patience to let certain plays. If you could concentrate on certain setups in the market, you're going to be truly successful in the game of trading. If you shy away from that or go try to make something simpler or try to make something more complex, or try to find something that's not there, you're going to end up more being a gambler than anything. So these are some of the reviews of just the past trades over the last 2 weeks that we got into, and this is a tremendous amount of information here. And just to remember going forward, I'm always going to see these setups, and I'm always going to bring these setups to you. And when I see them, I'm going to actually bring them in a better, more clear, precise ways of entries and exits. I want to start rating them so you have a better idea on why exactly the different indicators I'm using to get in on them. So let's do this fast. And then I'm going to go over another little video with some of the stocks I'm looking for. So this is WFT, Weatherford. Again, perfect downward wedge pattern here. We took it down here. Whenever the stochastics get into an oversold and a wedge pattern like this, about 75% into the pattern, you want to take that entry. You always want to take the entry on the lower trend line. And once this made that a higher low here, that was the signal that we're going to get that breakout. So it's very easy to get that set up there on Weatherford. FLR, another one that we traded last week. Waited, nice falling wedge pattern. Waited and waited on this one. We waited, been patient. I gave the alert. I said, let's start getting in here in the 40 area, and we moved it right up to the 45 area. Again, stochastics were our main indicator. Look at how we picked up the stochastics on oversold and the lower trend line there. Beautiful setup there. GNK. Here's a different setup. Again, there's multiple setups you could take, which is great with learning the markets. You could learn to trade patterns. You can learn to trade wedges, channels, or you could learn to trade certain pullback patterns. A breakout of a trend line, your second entry is going to be your retracement back to that trend line. So this is actually a stock going forward into the new year, but it also was a trade right here when it pulled back to the trend line. So it was a very fast trade for $1. Stochastics were given that oversold level, and we were back on the trend line. So that's why I took that trade, and we took that trade for a fast $1 right there. Sold it. Now I'm looking to re-enter that. So that's going to be a trade going into next week. JEC, Jacob Engineering. I didn't label this one. This was one that was just an oversold stock that we just happened to call buy area down in this level, mainly because of the divergence from the 20-period moving, the deviation from the 20-period moving average. And when I see that, especially in a gap play like this, we have a gap in a very quality company there. You gotta look for those bounces. So we got that nice bounce on Jacob Engineering, and You know, we're pushing up towards that thing. Again, we took profits in that. So JEC. KNY, or KNX, excuse me. Another. This is a beautiful channel trade. Again, we're going to see a lot of these. I'm going to show you how to trade these. Channel trades coming out. Show you. This is a channel. When a channel gets more mature, you want to look for that hold of the 20-period moving average. Once it starts holding the 20-period moving average, you're going to look for that breakout. That's exactly what we did here. The alert came out right here, pulling back to the 20. I said, watch it hold this. This one's due. And right from there, we got that perfect move up here. And also, you don't have to always get the oversold stochastics. There's going to be opportunities when you get the 20-period moving average holding, and we hold above that 50 or 60 line on stochastics. It's going to be a bullish crossover, and that's even going to be a bullish signal. Okay, OMC. Nice consolidation pattern here. Again, this was one that this is like a medium consolidation pattern, consolidating with inside of a bigger pattern here. The highs are up here, the lows are down here, and we're consolidating. And that's also a very bullish company. So OMC here, I like that setup. Not the best setup. There's better ones out there. TKLC. Here, beautiful trade. This one actually, I'm continuing to hold this trade. Nice wedge pattern. We picked it up down the lower trend line. Stochastics, again, giving us that second entry. And this one's inside the pattern. So why buy here, or why buy here? You want to buy when there's proven areas. Back here, you've had the trend line established. You have a trend line established. You buy it here. Very simple going forward. Vulcan Materials, VMC. You know, I am highly bullish on what's called the slanted inverted head and shoulders pattern here. And again, the only reason I got in on this one is because stochastics came to an oversold level, gave me that trigger. We held that 20-period moving average. We put in that right shoulder. The pattern is there. That's the pattern I trade all the time. So if I see that pattern, I'm going to bring it to your attention, and we're going to wait for the perfect setup, and then we're going to get in right there. It's not like we're wasting our money putting it in here and letting it just grind out. We're waiting for that perfect opportunity. And right at that level, again, a couple days later, the explosion. Take profits, move on. Dow Chemical. Again, beautiful trade. This is a double crossover on the stochastics. I mean, we got a cross here, but we pulled back, and then we got another cross. That second cross is always a very bullish one, especially when we're holding a major trend line. So we have a major trend line and a 50-period moving average here. It's not like we're holding under here. So, again, 50-period moving average holding that one. Ryland Group, the housing stocks. I did a video on the housing sector a few weeks ago, and I said the housing sector is really shaping up here, and they're all starting to form these nice bullish patterns, nice wedge patterns here. So Ryland, same thing. Ryland, Lenore, all very bullish patterns. Once you start to see those patterns, then you can start taking these positions. Like in this area right here, 75% into the pattern. You want to look at starting to establish your entry area there. And you got your crossover on the stochastics as your first entry. You get easy 1-2 points on this. So very easy. Last one I'm going to go over, MDRX here. A script, oversold stochastics, a crossover on the lower trend line. Trend line is formed by two lines, and a third line confirming it. And we're actually getting that breakout. So these are all looking good. These are all past trades in the last 2 weeks. So it's something I want to bring to you every week now. I have a really good system here to really bring these things. I'm going to start labeling them a little bit different now. Actually, based on some of the indicators I use 5 indicators based on patterns, stochastics, moving averages, trend lines, and from those things, I'm going to give you a rating system. So which ones are actually going to be more highly to break out? So like the VMC, which is a very good pattern, get a certain ranking. The stochastics would get a ranking. The trend line, the 20-period moving average, all different types of things will give us a ranking. So you'll have a ranking of 1 to 5, and based on the different indicators setting up. So the higher the ranking, the better the chance of the breakout. So looking forward to giving you that early this year. So that's a little review. I wish everyone a very happy new year. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to give you a couple stocks going into next week. I'll be off until the 4th, taking off, but we'll have GTO the greatest scalper I know on the radio, trading the market. So definitely come by DayTradingRadio.com and see the show. It's live every day of the market from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, trading live on the TV screen, on the video screen right there for you to see on your computers, DayTradingRadio.com. Hope to see you in the markets.